Hey guys, SoCal Val here. You are listening to the Hitting the Turnbuckle podcast.
Welcome everybody back to the channel. It's another NWA results reading because still we're no nearer to being able to watch the program on the telly.
Week 5.
There you go. Our illustrious colleague, Miss Fiona Loughran, just about to pack her suitcase. Well, actually, unpack the suitcase after 3 or 4 days tours of Inside the Ropes and repacking it to head off to Dallas. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
Wow. What a lifestyle you lead, Fiona. Jealous of you, that's for sure. It's going to be quite a quick review today, guys, because as we said, Fiona does have to pack, and I don't want to keep her any longer than I have to. Not because I don't want to talk to you, but because
we've not seen the show anyway.
and we've not seen the show anyway, so we can only discuss it. That being said, let's get straight into it. The first match on the show was Kobe Carino defending again. So this is the second defense of this season. He took on Yarbo the Clown in a junior heavyweight match. Kobe won the match, so he carries on. I mean, he's got to be at a stage now where he's near enough at the lucky 7, is he not?
Yeah, he's quite a few title defenses. I don't actually know. Yeah, surely he must be.
Must be close for it. It's got to be near. He can't be that far away from 7 if he's not. I mean, we obviously don't know if it was mentioned because we've not seen it, so we don't know if that was mentioned on commentary or anything like that. But he could be getting close. I mean, then he'll have a choice, I suppose. Can he go for Silas or can he go for EC3, or does he have to?
I think he can go for whatever he damn well pleases.
Wow, I'd love to see EC3 and Kobe lock it up. I must admit that would be a
that'd be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to drop the championship to do it, but it would be a very interesting match. I would like to see that potentially.
I just like to see Kobe full stop.
I'd like to see NWA, to be honest with you.
Well, there's that too, yeah.
We're not going to. But funny enough, if you do live in the UK, you can go to a local show. I think Kylie's going to be there. EC3's coming over soon as well. So if you are local to the areas, keep a lookout. Just I can't remember where. I think EC3 may be in. He's quite close to me because he's got, as I said last week, he's got the ring guy from, he does our Gibbs, has a ring.
He's going to be involved with WAW. I know that much because I know my friend has a match with him. So
yeah, so keep a lookout on that because they are around, but obviously us UK fans can't watch Power or any NWA television show at this moment. After that, they done a pretty empowered cut a promo. They were hyping their rematch with the Killer Bees at Hard Times. So they're looking to regain their titles pretty quickly.
Okay.
So they got a rematch pretty much straight away. Obviously, the Killer Bees won last week in a
King Bees, is it not? It's so easy done.
I'm reading the bloody thing. And I still get it wrong. King Bees. So yes, they have their title rematch at Hard Times. Be very interesting to see how that goes on. Our good buddy Aaron Stevens and Blunt Force Trauma were defending their titles against the Miserably Faithful. I think you kind of know who wins. Yeah, I mean, and I do believe Mr. Stevens gets involved as he normally does.
Elsa, please.
Tell us something that we didn't know, right? Aaron Stevens will get involved got involved in the match. Blunt Force Trauma did pick up the victory and continue. Now, the tag team don't have a lucky 7, do they?
Not that I'm aware of, but because where else can they go?
I suppose they can't really go for
it's like the World Tag Team Champions. I suppose if it was the US Tag Champions, then yeah, but the World Tag Team Champions, there's nowhere else for them to go.
No, and there was the Miserably Faithful was with Father James Mitchell. The Pre Power did also discuss potential stipulations for their match, by the way, with the interesting enough. Carl Davis sat down with EC3 and the Southern Six, all 3 of them. EC3 has commented on his win against Cardona. Silas Mason highlights his successful run. He says, Mike Mason says, not even King Kong himself could stop him. And Alex Taylor says, he and Kerry Morton are undefeated and have teased going against Blunt Force Trauma.
I would be really, really sad if they won the World Championships. I'm just putting that out there into the universe. Don't let that.
Interestingly enough, though, what would happen? Because Thrillbilly must be close as well. Is he to 7? So are they teasing that with EC3? And
I'd like to see that. I would like
too.
to see that. I think that would actually be an absolute banger, to be honest with you. I would like to see that.
I would like to see that. I'd be interested to see where that goes. Because obviously, then if Thrillbilly decides then that he goes for the lucky 7, he relinquishes his title. Colby can just say, "Well, I'll relinquish mine and I'll take Thrillbilly's," because it's
If
vacated.
only it was that simple.
Nothing's that simple in the world of wrestling. We all know that. Now, there was a taped promo from Vampiro who was returned, and he said he sent out a warning and said that he's also been abandoned. Now, that's an interesting one, considering he was with, who was he with again? Who was he with?
Mecha Wolf and Bestia, but we know Bestia has left NWA.
Yeah,
He's no longer part of the NWA now, so
no,
Mecha Wolf has gone solo. So
he has been abandoned. Interesting. There's a lot of interviews on this one. Anthony Andrews comments on splitting with a country gentleman and joining forces with Austin Idol. Joe Kazana come out and called him a piece of trash.
Charming.
Well, at least it was just a piece of trash and not other words or anything like that.
This is true.
So the main event was the rematch, Max the Impaler versus Mims.
Okay.
Yeah,
I wasn't aware of that. Right.
it was.
Okay.
It was the NWA World Television Championship rematch. Time limit draw. Just as Mims pinned Max. The time limit expired.
That's a tease. Okay.
What a tease.
So Max retained then.
Yeah, Max did, because the time limit draw before the 3 count. Mims then attacked Father James Mitchell, and Dak Draper pulls him away. So, although they had a bit of a match, didn't they? And that Mims didn't give him the 5 minutes. Is that right? They had the draw, and interesting how Dax was pulling him away. And then after the match, Father James Mitchell, alongside the Miserably Faithful, said Mims has a few problems as he doesn't know how to follow the rules. Mitchell says Mims hits like a girl, and he says Mims will be punished as he's condemned to hell on earth on his own making, which makes me think they're going to do some kind of weird match between them.
Okay. I don't know how I feel about that one.
I don't know where that's going.
Not going to see it anyway, so who cares?
It's very true. We're not going to see it, so we shouldn't really give 2 shits. But we will at least read it. I think I don't know. It's a weird one, isn't it? Because they've had their match. They had the big match when they were involved at Samhain, didn't they? When they were against each other in the groups. Obviously, Max pinned Mims for the title, and now there's a draw.
Yeah.
So Mims isn't finished yet with Max by the sounds of it, but I think they're going to have to end the feud some way.
Yeah, move on.
Move on. Well, we can't move on any further. That was NWA this week.
Sounds like it was a decent card. I'm not even going to lie. I didn't even know what the card was. I've just been skipping over stuff on Twitter because I'm like, or X or whatever the hell it's called these days. Because I'm like, I can't see it anyway. So I've just been skipping over it. So I didn't even know that was the card. So that was a fairly decent card though.
They've had Sod's law is they've had decent cards since the new season that we haven't been able to see. Which is,
I don't think we're ever going to see it.
I personally think it's not going to happen either. If it had,
I don't think anything's going on in the background to fix it.
No, I think the time for that is done. I think if they had done it, we would have known it by now. And even if it does come on YouTube, it's going to be after the season finishes and pointless because we would already see, well, not already seen it, but we would have already known what happens. And you don't really want to watch a show after you know the results. It kind of kills the excitement out of it, to be honest.
Very much so.
But next week, I will be doing it. You won't be. You will be in Dallas, Texas. But before we get to that, you have just had a few Inside the Ropes shows, and hopefully, when you're back, we can have an Inside the Ropes reunion on this show with one of your compadres. That to be continued, of course. We won't.
Okay.
Right now, but yes, one I can cross another one off my list, my ever-growing list, very, very soon, and we look forward to that. But Inside the Ropes, you had you had a couple of shows, Sergeant Slaughter, Trish Stratus. How did
Yep.
they go?
Brilliant, honestly, absolutely brilliant. Sarge was awesome. I didn't realize he was as old as he is, which was mental, but he was a sweetheart. He told some really, really good stories. And the fans that went to the meet and greet got the opportunity for to join the Cobra Clutch clan, basically. So
Cobra Clutch clan.
well, it's not the Cobra Clutch clan. I'm Scottish. I'm saying it that clan, but yeah. I should have brought it down to let you see it, but everyone who got involved in that and got put in the Cobra Clutch got an amazing kind of commemorative coin, member of the Cobra Clutch Club or whatever you want to call it. So we all got really cool coins. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, we were in London on Thursday and Glasgow on Friday, and then after the show in Glasgow, I drove Sergeant down to London, back down to Manchester, for the Love of Wrestling weekend convention, which I think went very, very well, which was good. Saturday and Sunday, I had shows with W3L and Pennycook, or Dunblane and Pennycook, which went really well.
Good.
And then on Monday, Tuesday, we had Trish in Glasgow and London. She's just everything that I hoped she would be and more. She's an absolute sweetheart. Seriously funny. Seriously funny. She had Kenny speechless on Glasgow at least a couple of times. She had Kenny on stage doing some yoga, and we had a little sing song with her from her song off one of the WWE albums that got released at one point. She told us lots of really cool stories about her time with WWE, which was cool. I didn't make it to London, unfortunately. No. I couldn't get the day off work because we're some people down just now, so I couldn't go. But by all accounts, the London show went really, really well. So good times.
Great stuff. I loved it. I'd love to hear the stories. I'm gutted I couldn't see it. It's just with the change of job recently, it's been a whirlwind for me just to get my feet under the table for them before I can go. But I'll be able to go to the ones going forward when they're announced, obviously, should they be announced anytime soon. I'll definitely get down to one of those. Our interviews just keep on adding by the day now. So it is Wednesday at the time of this recording. In a couple of hours, I'm sitting down with IWGP Tag Team Champion Clark Connors, whose tag team partner is Dan Maloney. They represent Bullet Club. So I'm going to be sitting down with him tomorrow, which is Thursday. I'll be sitting down with JJ Gal from Revolution Pro Wrestling. On Friday, I'll be sitting down with David Francisco from Revolution Pro Wrestling. On Monday, I'll be sitting down with Revolution Pro Wrestling's promoter, Andy Quigland, will be on the show. As well as Monday evening, we open up the Book of Anderson. And we talk a lot through Ken Anderson's career in wrestling, through WWE, TNA, Aces of Eights. We're all arseholes. You name it, we're going to be.
That'll be a fun chat.
Ken's I've waited
Ken's
a year.
Got some good stories. I've spent some time with Ken at various promotions over the last 10 years or so, maybe longer. You're in for a treat.
I've waited a year to get Ken Anderson on this show. The countless emails, countless reaching out to the guy, and it's finally happened. I cannot wait to speak to that guy. And if he does what I'm hoping he's going to do, I may get goosebumps on my arms. I have requested him, as you know.
You'll be like half the folk that came to our show waiting to see Trish the other night. That was funny.
There we go. And I know, should he do what I've asked him to do, and people will know exactly what I mean when I say that, yeah, I'll probably be like a kid in a candy shop. Anyway, moving on this time, well, not this time next week, but near enough around this time next week, we'll be talking to the world's most dangerous man, Ken Shamrock, in another interview that we didn't even think was ever going, we don't even think we're going to get Ken Shamrock, someone like Ken Shamrock on the show. But yes, we did. Next, when the Wednesday the 20th, well, then we're going to speak to probably one half of the greatest tag team to ever do it. He'll be getting the tables, but I hope he will be setting up a computer at a table and sitting down at a table and talking to us. Devon Dudley will be joining us on the 20th of March as well for a chat. I'll be on holiday at that point in Cornwall, but I'll be able to chat to Devon. We're looking forward to that. That is all the interviews. That is Kelly Six as well. So he's in Japan at the minute, wrestling over there. He'll be back at the end of the month for. We're going to get him on at the end of the month for a chat. So Kelly Six will be coming on as well. That is around 8 interviews this month that we're
busy
throughout the month of March, which leads us good into April when we're going to be going full throttle to Buckle Up on Ignite. Wrestle Pro, Smashing Mike will take on James Ellis with Brewski Blanche as the manager. My good friend Blanche will be joining James Ellis as he in his quest to be the one to dethrone our turnbuckle champion, Smashing Mike. We'll see if that happens. As also the tag team betrayal that happened at the last show. Taylor James turned on Jack Chirino and Rebellion are no more at Ignite. Those two will face off one-on-one in a match, which is probably going to end up going all over the place as well. Adonis Payne will defend the Ignite Championship against Tommy Kyle, and Luna will take on Sapphire Reed. I do understand that the Turnbuckle Championship will have a #1 contenders match on that show, competitors to be confirmed. And the #1 contender will be having their match at Buckle Up. So we'll be seeing that match at Buckle Up. Whoever wins, whoever's in it, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Buckle Up, 21st of July. Some big names coming. We always deliver at Buckle Up. There is some big names coming on board for that. I think that's it. I can't remember. But P, have a wonderful holiday in Dallas.
Thank you.
When are you back?
Good question. 19th.
19th of March.
Yeah.
I'll hold you to that. So I'll be doing the NWA reviews next week on my own, and maybe the week after. I think I'll have to look at the calendar. Yeah, the week
after too. Yeah,
you'll be jet lagged.
Yeah.
On that day, so I won't get you to do it then. I'll do it for the next 2 weeks, and I don't know if that's the season. I know they're filming Hard Times soon, haven't they? And they announced another show.
That was at the weekend. Hard Times was at the weekend there.
Hard Times.
Yeah, that was on Saturday.
I'm losing the will to live. I'm sure they've announced another show, another pay-per-view or another event.
They're running in Chicago this weekend, this Friday or Saturday. And they've announced the TV tapings for April. They've added a date at Tampa. So they're there the 13th and 14th, I think, in Tampa.
That's the one I'm thinking
of. At the PBS studios.
That's the one that I'm thinking
2 days of tapings there as well.
Sure they announced another premium live event or not, whatever they call it.
Signature
event that we can't see. I'm sure they've done it. They've announced. I'm just scrolling through. It's Looks That Kill. December the 14th. They've announced the.
So they're going back to. Is that back in the same venue then, or?
That is.
That's back in Dothan. Yeah, it is back in Dothan, I think.
Yes, Dothan Civic Centre.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are going to be there. On front of it is Markova, Tom, EC3, and
Brian Idol. Yeah.
No, I've only got 4 on the front of this one.
All right. So is it? Oh, Max, isn't it?
Max,
it's not Brian Idol.
EC3,
it's Max. Yeah.
Tom, and Markova. And hopefully in the next few weeks we'll find out where Camille is going to be. I'm pretty sure that's.
She did tweet. Someone asked her, and she retweeted it, and she went
3 letters, right?
3 letters, and I was like, "You tease! I love it."
Well, AEW does have a big show coming up called Big Business next week, and it's that's going to be predominantly for the Mercedes Moné Sasha Banks debut, but that could also be the debut of Camille. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. But Fiona, have a great time in Dallas.
Thank you.
If you do see Tim, say hello. I know you'll be bumping into him at some point. Say hello from me.
I have a show. I'm going to go to the Texoma show. He'll be at that.
He'll be at the show. Brilliant. Yeah. Well, say hello if you get a chance to. Hopefully get him on soon. I know we were planning to, but there was, injury and whatnot. We couldn't do it. Hopefully we can have him on the show at some point very, very soon. Enjoy Dallas. I'm going to miss you for 2 weeks.
You'll be fine.
This will take me about 3 minutes in the next 2 weeks. 3 minutes a show in the next 2 weeks to do. But guys, yeah, keep it locked onto the channel. You know all the. I'm not going to give you all their taglines. You know where we are. Fiona will be back in a few weeks. I will be back later with my Bullet Club t-shirt on to do Bullet Club. Until then, everybody, buckle down, stay safe, and goodbye.